This is Wayne Bell with Log Home Care, and thank you for returning to our series, You Asked, We Answered. A common question is, how do I know if my log home needs to be restained? Great question, let's answer it. Let's agree on some terms that are used. Stain is generally referred to the exterior or interior coatings that go onto the logs to protect them. Some manufacturers refer to this as sealant, other people refer to it as stain. Some systems have more than one coat and more than one product is applied. In that case, we may have a stain coat followed by a top coat. So when we talk about restaining or refinishing your log home, let's understand that we're referring to the colored layer or product that goes onto your home. Again, in some cases there'll be a clear top coat, but let's begin with the stain coat. The question of whether or not your home needs to be restained can be a difficult one to answer. There's a couple of simple tests that the homeowner can conduct and areas of the home that you can inspect to determine whether or not the finish on your home is keeping the elements at bay or whether it's time to restain. One simple test, it's actually so simple you can do it with your thumbnail. I carry a backup thumbnail just because we do this so often. On the outside of your home, visit the area of your home that has the most sun exposure. In the northern hemisphere, this will generally be the south side of your home. The south side of your home catches the majority of the sun's UV radiation, which breaks down lignin, which is the organic glue that holds wood fiber together. And when the wood fiber becomes destabilized, the finish that's attached to it also begins to crumble or otherwise wear away. The second most common area to see weathering or wear on an exterior of a log home is going to be in the northern hemisphere, the west side. The west side receives the brunt of the weather patterns, and in addition to UV radiation, picks up some weathering as a result of those. The thumbnail is helpful because if you scratch across the grain of the wood, if the wood crumbles and comes off with your thumbnail, it will reveal beautiful wood underneath. That's told us that the finish has failed. The sun has gone through the finish and actually caused the substrate, the wood fiber, to be sacrificed. Another test that you can do would be to place a piece of duct tape onto the exterior of your home. Using a razor knife, cut an X into the tape and then pull the tape away. If the sacrificed finish comes with the tape, that's an indication that the substrate is not stable and it's time to refinish the home. Let's discuss the refinishing process, because one of the most important aspects of refinishing your home is determining whether the existing finish needs to be removed or whether we can recoat. In the case that the finish has been sacrificed and the thumbnail test or the tape test pulled off the finish and brought the wood with it, it's important for us to remove the finish and the damaged wood before applying any wood stain products whatsoever on the outside of your home. To not properly prepare the substrate would be very much like spray painting over rust on your automobile. Might look good for a short time, not going to weather, not going to hold up, and you're not going to be happy. So one of the most important aspects in refinishing, and one of the most important aspects in determining what that process will cost, is determining whether we need to remove the finish or whether the finish can be recoated. If the finish is intact, even in the high UV radiation areas like the south side that's exposed to the sun, and if we can identify what that product is, there's a high likelihood that we can simply apply more product and prevent the existing finish from degrading, thereby giving you longer product life at a relatively low cost. If the substrate has been sacrificed or the finish has been abused for too long, it's important for us to identify that. Again, the thumbnail test, the tape test will help direct those decisions, and the finish will need to be removed. That's generally done either by chemical emulsification and removal with a pressure washer at very low pressure, or by dry media blasting. If we determine that we have a finish that needs to be removed, we will test the finish to determine the best course of action, be it media removal or chemical. The new products will be applied once the old finish is gone and the substrate properly prepared. If you want to determine whether your finish needs to be removed by chemical stripping or dry media removal, check out one of our other videos as we describe those two processes and how they work. If you're selecting a finished product for your home, check out one of our other videos where we help you determine what the best product is for your purposes. Thank you for checking us out. It's Wayne Bell with Log Home Care. Thanks for being here today.